Hi, and welcome to Tranquil Tales and Meditations. If you like our videos, please consider subscribing and share it with your friends, so our channel may grow. Tonight, we are going to read an original story about a little fairy named Lily. Once upon a time, in a far-off land, there lived a kind and gentle fairy named Lily. Lily lived in a beautiful garden filled with flowers, trees, and a sparkling stream that flowed through the middle of the garden. Lily loved to spend her days taking care of her flowers, playing with the butterflies, and admiring the beauty of her surroundings. She had a happy and contented life, but there was one thing that made her feel a little bit sad. Lily had always wished to see the world beyond her garden. She had heard stories of far-off lands, towering mountains, and vast oceans, and she longed to explore them all. One evening, as Lily sat by the stream, watching the stars twinkle in the sky, she heard a soft and gentle voice calling her name. It was the voice of a wise and ancient tree that stood at the edge of her garden. The tree said, "Lily, if you wish to see the world beyond your garden, then follow the path of the stars. They will guide you to a place of wonder and discovery." Lily was puzzled by the tree's words. She looked up at the sky, but she couldn't see any path of stars. She turned back to the tree and asked, "What do you mean? I don't see any path of stars." The tree replied, "You must learn to see beyond what is visible. Look with your heart, and you will see the path that I speak of." With those words, the tree fell silent. Lily was curious and a little bit frightened, but she knew that she had to follow the tree's instructions. She set off into the darkness, looking for the path of stars that the tree had spoken of. As she walked, she saw a faint glow in the distance. It was coming from the north, and she knew that she had to follow it. She walked for hours, through forests and over hills, and finally, she arrived at a clearing. In the center of the clearing stood a small cottage, nestled among the trees. The glow was coming from the windows of the cottage, and she knew that she had found what she was looking for. She knocked on the door, and a kindly old woman answered. "Hello, dear," the woman said. "What brings you here?" Lily explained that the ancient tree had led her to the cottage and that she was curious to know what lay inside. The old woman smiled and said, "Of course, dear. Please come in and make yourself at home." Lily stepped inside the cozy cottage and felt a sense of peace and comfort. The walls were lined with books and pictures, and the furniture was soft and warm. The old woman served her a bowl of soup and a slice of bread, and they sat together, chatting about their lives and experiences. As they talked, Lily noticed that the old woman had a sadness in her eyes. She asked, "Why don't you go out venturing and exploring, like me?" The old woman sighed and said, "I used to, many years ago. But as I grew older, I realized that there was so much beauty and wonder right here, in my own little corner of the world. I don't need to go out searching for it. It's all around me, if I just look for it." Lily listened to the old woman's words and thought about all the amazing things that she had seen on her journey. But she also thought about the beauty and wonder that she had left behind in her garden. She realized that the old woman was right. There was magic and joy to be found everywhere, if only she knew where to look. After spending a wonderful night at the old woman's cottage, Lily set off on her journey again, following the path of the stars. She journeyed through many lands, meeting new friends, and seeing wonders she had never dreamed of. But as she traveled, she realized that no matter how far she went or how many incredible things she saw, there was always a little piece of her that longed to return home. She missed her garden, her flowers, and her sparkling stream. She missed the comfort and familiarity of her own little corner of the world. Eventually, Lily came to a realization. She loved adventure and exploring everything the world had to offer, but most of all, she loved coming home. She loved the beauty that surrounded her garden and the sense of peace and comfort it gave her. She realized that the ancient tree had been trying to show her that the beauty and wonder of the world could be found right in her own backyard. With that newfound understanding, Lily decided to return home. She followed the path of the stars one last time, and soon found herself back in her garden, surrounded by the familiar sights and smells that she loved so much. As she looked around at the flowers, the trees, and the sparkling stream, she felt a sense of joy and contentment. She realized that she didn't need to go on wild adventures to find happiness and wonder. It was all right here, in her own little corner of the world. From that day forward, Lily continued to go on adventures and explore new lands, but she always returned home to her garden, where the beauty of the world was right at her doorstep. And she lived happily ever after, surrounded by the wonders of both the world and her own little corner of it.